Indian Trail. This is Mrs. Archer with your daily Wildcat Wire news. Today is Friday, April 23rd, 2021. Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We would like to wish a very happy birthday to Kavion L., Cecilia C., and Jackson G., as well as Mia N., Indy G., Morgan B., Aiden C., and Hafsa G., who will be celebrating this weekend. Today the weather will be cloudy early on with showers for the afternoon with a high of 54 degrees. Attention any students interested in trying out for boys basketball, girls soccer, and those who want to join cross country. Please make sure you complete the interest survey. Ms. Bishop uses this information to make sure that you have everything you need to turn in for tryouts. For those of you who want to join cross country, you need to make sure that you can start practicing on the first day. In order to try out for a sport or join cross country, you must have everything turned in by Tuesday, April 27th. Season 3 for sports begins on Wednesday, April 28th. All athletes trying out for a sport or who want to join cross country need an up-to-date physical on file in the office, a completed online concussion form, and a completed online COVID form. If you have any questions, please contact Ms. Bishop. Attention all students needing just a little bit more help on some of your schoolwork. We are still running our evening tutoring program, Trail Mix, next week Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 3:15 to 7:15. Drop in using the Zoom link you can find on the Indian Trail website, and one of our tutors will be more than glad to help. Next week is the last week for the program, so stop by and help while you can.
Battle of the Books begins next week. Competitors should be finishing or even rereading their books. Please check the Battle of the Books Google Classroom for your battle dates and times, and to review the rules. And now for something completely different. Here is one of our top scoring teams from last year, the Great Noodles, to deliver a word of warning to those of you who have not yet finished reading your Bob books.
Listen up. Listen good. This ain't no copy pasta, so take it personally.
We're not Alfredo, your team. You may think you're strong enough to take us, but you might as well say pasta la vista. If I were your pasta posse, I'd ramen away right now.
Still listening, huh? Surprised you didn't chicken noodle out by now. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Now it's almost time for the low main event. We won once and we plan to do it again. You're going to regret fighting this fight, for it is impossible to win.
You don't know what you're getting into, but come and spaghetti it. There's Revy only one outcome, and that's us winning and taking home the trophy.
So meatball aboard, you're in for a ride, but no meatballing when you lose. You're gonna have a great time.
Good luck, fellow Bob competitors. You're going to need it.
Strong words from the Great Noodles. Remember to arrive on time to your battle. If you are late, you will not be let into the Zoom. We can't wait for the competition to begin. Good luck, everybody.
For the 7th and 8th graders who have been at Indian Trail since 6th grade, you've probably been lucky enough to experience Mr. Lubing and I give you the beginning of the year discipline talk. It's a great time, and in fact, I'm sure many of you felt a loss this year when we didn't do them. No? Well, if we would have started the year off normally, I would have told you the story about how when my boys were in elementary, middle, and even now in high school, I remind them on a daily basis they represent our family and our core values. My son is required to shake the hand of his coaches, look him or her in the eye, and say thank you after every game and practice. This is for him to remind him the importance of the time and talent someone is giving to him in order for him to become a better athlete. If I don't see him do it, he knows I'm going to send him right back to the coach. No excuses. My expectation is that he greet his teachers when he walks into their classroom and say goodbye when he leaves. Some of you might think that this is over the top. To me, every single time our sons walk out of our house, they represent Mr. Archer and me and the core values we have raised them to exhibit. I can promise you, many of the adults in your life notice this. I remember as a kid in the mall walking with my mom, and she would hear young people hanging with their friends, swearing up a storm, and she would say out loud, loud enough for them to hear, "You kiss your mother with that mouth?" I was reminded of this recently as I started a new 6-week bike challenge. Each day, our team captain posts on our Facebook page something uplifting or asks when we all plan to ride so we can ride together. This morning, there was a great story he shared. Ivan Fernandez, a Spanish marathon runner, was completing in a cross-country race in Spain against a Kenyan runner, Abel Mutai. As they entered the finishing straight, Ivan saw that Abel stopped a few meters short of the finish line, probably because many of the signs were not in his native language and he was confused. Ivan was right behind him and realized what was going on and started shouting to Abel to keep running. But he didn't know Spanish, so he didn't understand. At this point, Ivan guided Abel to the finish line and let him cross first. After the race, a reporter asked Ivan why he did that. His response? "My dream is that one day we can have some sort of community life where we push ourselves and also others to win." The reporter insisted, "But why did you let the Kenyan win?" Ivan said, "I didn't let him win. He was going to win. The race was his." The reporter insisted again, "But you could have won." Ivan looked at the reporter and said, "But what would be the merit of my victory? What would be the honor in this medal? What would my mother think of it?" I want you to really think about that. The community we are trying to build here at Indian Trails should be just that. We should be lifting others to be successful, not just ourselves. We need not to take advantage of others' weaknesses and instead help those who need it most. This is when we truly can start to rise above and become even better friends, classmates, and students. Now for Mrs. Archer's Wheel of Fun, I owe you 2 winners. So thinking back 2 weeks, we had what was your spring break highlight? And from 6th grade, Maggie L. went snorkeling in Mexico. Sounds super fun. And in 7th grade, Alex D. said he went to the beach. And then last week, speaking of vacations, we asked people what their dream vacation was. And in 6th grade, Regina R. said Bora Bora, which I thought was great. That's someplace I would love to visit but wouldn't think of. In 7th grade, Bryce W. said either Germany or the UK. And then in 8th grade, Ada L. said Japan. And I have to say, she had a great list of places that she'd like to be. Side note, 8th graders, you need to step up answering these questions, Mrs. Archer. There was only 3 of you this week. Tony S., I appreciate it. You always answer. All right, what do we have this week? Bookworm. Okay, so I want you to tell me about the book that you most recently read and kind of give me a short synopsis and why you would recommend it to someone else, or maybe you wouldn't recommend it. So Miss Ferris, I expect to see you out there on that Google form this week. Have a That about wraps it up for us here today. Remember that today is a B-Day. Be sure that you attend your B-Day Encore classes. Thank you again for watching, and remember to start each day with a positive attitude, face new challenges, and always rise above. Have a great day and an even better weekend, Wildcats. See you Monday.